What the fuck was that? That didn't sound good. We just mounted the curb? Shit. This happens too often. This is so embarrassing. Oh dear. Oh my god! I know that wasn't my fault! Have it! Want some too, huh? Have some of this!
What's up guys? Let's check out new mod by ZZPUMA, VehIK, which basically stands for Vehicles Inverse Kinematic. Unlike traditional animations used in San Andreas, this mod uses a script which will attach paid bones to vehicle steering wheel, gear shift lever and handbrake. Unfortunately, vehicles models need to be adapted in order for this mod to work. Except vanilla motorcycles, they already work, no adaptation needed. In theory it should work with improved vehicles feature, Move Steer Dummy as well, but this needs more testing, and soon enough it will work with VehIK's F-Steer Dummy. As soon as Junior posts new update for VehIK's. Today, we are going to cover how does it look like in-game, how to add animation exemption, some basic .ini tweaking, and how to adapt a vehicle. So let's start with the in-game preview and different shift patterns. Keep in mind that in this video I used sound eyes, so I can have proper gear calculation. Without sound eyes you might encounter that animation and sound are unsynchronized. Here we have most common type of 5-speed manual car. Now this is typical automatic car with column-mounted shifter. Engaging only drive and reverse. Here we have another automatic transmission, but in different position now. This is going to be a sequential shifter, with vertical hydraulic handbrake. And finally, we have a car with vertical hydraulic handbrake. That also has 5-speed manual transmission, but this time around, we use .ini to make short shifter and adjust shifting speed. All example vehicles will be available for download on Puma's blog. It's also worth mentioning that IK will work with NPCs, but they do tend to make really quick and sudden movements, so it will not look as good as for the player. There is an option to disable this feature in the .ini, in case you still prefer vanilla animations. Also, it works really good with motorcycles. As I said before, it will work with vanilla bikes without any adaptation, and it will probably work with most modded motorcycles. When I was making stunt bike animations, this mod was the reason why not a single animation will detach player's hand from the handlebars, and it turned out really good. If you are creating mods for SA, all you need is separate mesh object named handlebars and bar grip dummy, just like vanilla bikes. The only thing that doesn't look good when it comes to bikes is essentially a vanilla game thing where handlebars rotate even on high speeds when front wheel is in the air. As you saw, there was a little bit of twitching as the wheel left the ground for a split second, but again, it is a game thing, so we cannot blame this mod. Most importantly, this mod will become essentials for bike conversion, as it's really hard to resize motorcycle to SA size and make it fit default animations. No more hovering hands problems or usage of custom bikes animations. Now let's jump to .ini configurations. VehIK_config.ini. Here you can set up some basic stuff, like disable NPCs, bikes, or any specific animation for steering wheel, handbrake, or gear shifts. Under menu, you can configure size, placement, and even cheat code that will open and close menu. Now this is important one, VehIK_priority_anims.ini. VehIK will override any game animation while active, unless you put it on this list, but don't worry, as this one will be included in official download. There is a bunch of animations already excluded, mostly from vanilla game, and I also added animation from Artem's well-known drive mod. These two mods will work really good now together. In order to explain this better, I will show you how to make animation exemption. We will use Artem's newly added animation for drive mod as an example. This is how animation look like if we don't add it. And after exemption, it will look like this. I will use good old animation manager. After you find in which IFP animation is stored, just open it in this program. Opening and closing window as well as hand resting, in this case will be last for animations. As you can see, in all four of them, you need to release left hand only. Just copy animation name and paste it at the bottom of the list. Now you need to set a flag. Just check which number will release left arm. And once you are finished, just save the file, and that animation will work again. I also left these drive animations as optional, since there is no adapted vehicles as of yet. You might want to keep using shift and handbrake animation from drive mod. Just remove the symbol in front of the animation name to enable them. For the rest of the video, I will share information that will be useful mostly for developers, but if you want to stay, you are more than welcome to. Here I'm going to use BMW M3 by Funky. I now realize that this is probably not the best model for example video. It requires a bit more work than usual. Viewers' discretion advised. Now you are going to witness a proper model butchering, but the goal is to make it work, not to make it nice. Aligning it properly would look much nicer, but I realized that this video is going to be way too long, so I decided not to mess with that. You get the point. I forgot to attach gear pattern to lever before moving it around, so now I have to do it manually. Steering wheel should work with Move Steer and a steer dummy after VehIK's update. But since this is VehIK video, we are going to rename to IK_steer. And that's about it. Let's check it in game now. If you see stretch hands like this, that is not okay. Mod will not work good. So there is a few ways to correct this. You can detach seat and move it forward together with paid_front seat dummy. His _low handling flag can also make it look like this. But this time around I will use options that comes with this mod. Option called push spine. There is a lot of setting in menu. I cannot cover them all. But as soon as you start changing values you will know what each option does. This is a DTM homologation car, so it uses different shift pattern, unlike regular manual cars. I was supposed to just use BMW pattern and be done with it. But for some reason it didn't work, so I had to change every gear manually in the .ini. Unfortunately, pushing spine will break first-person mod I use. Here I'm trying to find sweet spot of push spine, so CJ will not look like Granny behind the wheel. Now we need to restart the game and copy that new .ini into mod loader. Let's see how this BMW turned out. Currently, this mod is only available on Patreon. If you can, please consider supporting ZZPUMA. I will leave his Patreon link below. Public release will be on 1st of December. That's about it, guys. This sure was long video and it took me a lot of time to make. I might have forget to mention something, so you can ask me in comments if you have any questions. Related to this mod, of course. You don't have to ask me about graphics mods, as I will make a video on that and upload all my configurations files. And before you ask for mobile, no, it will not work. This is made for PC only. Okay, bye-bye.